Hello friends, this video on electricity and circuits part 1 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Topics to be covered in this lesson are introduction, electric current, electric cell, battery, bulb, electric switches, conductors and insulators. So when we talk about electric current, so what comes to your mind? Now, think of situations like this which you come across in your day-to-day life. What happens when you switch on, like let's say you enter inside your room and the room is completely dark. So what do you do to lit up your room? You switch it on and the bulb glows. Now, is it a magic that as soon as you put on the switch, the bulb glows? It's not really a magic. So that's where comes the concept of electric current. Basically, something happens. It is all because of electricity. Now, since electricity is there, that is why you are able to light your bulb just switching it on. Right? Similarly, you often have heard people who get electric shock if they touch a live wire or if they touch an open socket. So they tend to get electric shock. Similarly, you would have seen these kind of stuffs like cameras, batteries. You have so many different toys which operate on batteries. You have the wall clocks, you have the wrist watches, you have mobile phones, you have TV remotes, a lot of stuffs which are all battery dependent. You talk about your electric fan, even that cannot operate without electricity. You talk about television that needs electricity. You talk about the mobile phones, refrigerator. So a hell lot of stuffs that you see at your home, all kind of electric appliances, they are all based on electricity. So they cannot operate without electric current. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about electric current. We are going to see what is electric current. So a very common thing that we can relate to with regards to electric current is what can happen to somebody if he or she touches a wire carrying current directly with his or her fingers. So that person is going to experience an electric shock. Why? Because of the electric current which is flowing through that wire. Now you might say that I do see a lot of wires at my home, but if I touch them, I really do not get electric current all the time. So that's because the wire is not a naked wire. The wire may be covered with a plastic coating or another coating of an insulator which protects you from getting an electric shock. But otherwise, if you directly touch a wire which is carrying current, so you will be experiencing an electric shock. Now the question is, what is this electric current which is flowing through the wire? Now it is because of this electric current flowing through the wire that the bulb glows, the tube light glows, the electric fan operates. So everything operates because of this current which is flowing through the wire, and that is why we have a wiring throughout our house. So everywhere you have a plug point for your television, you have a plug point for your refrigerator, and everywhere the wires connect them with each other. So what is this current which flows through the wire? Similarly, you would have also seen a lot of birds which tend to sit over the electric wires. Especially you get to see this scenario when you are at a railway platform. It's a very common scene from there. You see a lot of birds sitting on the wires, and many a times you see a lot of them die because of getting an electric shock from those wires. So here we will try to understand what is electric current, what generates electric current, and how can we glow a bulb, how can we make a circuit. So we are going to learn all the basics about electricity. So the first question is, what is electric current? So electric current is nothing but flow of electric charge. So flow of electric charge constitutes electric current. Now you might ask, what is electric charge? So forget about electric charge, forget about electric current. So just think of this simple scenario where you have a circuit, you have a bulb, and as soon as you switch it on, the bulb glows. So that's what happens. at your home, right? So here this is drawn in a simplified way. This is a electric circuit. Now how have we drawn this? We will get to know as we move ahead with the lesson. So now our question is, what do we mean by electric charge? So these electric charge, you think of it in this way, that there are particles. Let's say these are like small balls, and as these tiny balls they move, so movement of these balls, it constitutes the flow of current. So these electric charges are nothing but these are very tiny particles which cannot be seen with our naked eye. So these particles are called electrons. Now since they are electrons, that is why their flow is termed as electric current. Now how do we measure electric current? That how much electric current has flown through a wire. So we measure it as the rate of flow of charge. That is how fast these charges are moving, how fast the electrons are moving. That would decide how much current is flowing through the wire. So if these electrons, which are drawn as balls here for better understanding, so if these balls are moving really fast one after another, that means a huge amount of current will be flowing through the wire. But if these balls are moving very slowly, that means a very small amount of current is flowing through the wire. So basically how fast these electrons are moving would decide how much electric current is flowing through the wire. Now another important thing is, electric current flows only when these electrons are moving, because when they are moving, only then there is a flow, only then there is a current. Now if these electrons are staying at one place, if they are at rest, if they are not moving, then there is no electric current through the wire. So movement of these electric charges, or we can say flow of electrons, constitute electric current. Now we measure current in a unit called ampere, like how we have units for measuring different physical quantities. For example, we measure length in meters. That's what we learned in our previous lesson, right? That to measure distance we use meter, to measure length we use meter, to measure weight we use kgs. Similarly, to measure current we use a unit called ampere, which is denoted by a capital A. So this is the basic of electric current. In fact, this is what electric current is. Now a lot of you might be thinking, what are these electrons? I have never heard about electrons before. So, but today only for the first time you get to know that there are some tiny particles called electrons which move and constitute electric current. So let us. Thank you. Please visit www.examfear.com to watch more educational videos with a better experience. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you once again.